see here. Hold on. Hold on. Let's see. Okay, let's see. Okay. So, let me know if you guys can hear me alright and everything, cause I don't know. Hold on, let me just adjust some things. Okay. Yeah, let me know if you can hear me, please. Okay. Hold on. Let's see here. I'm gonna load. Where would I? 7:33. Dang, we're getting pretty far in the game. Okay, so 7:33. Okay. I love this song so much, it's so good. Okay. So we're back playing Katawa Shoujo. Yeah. Yes. Hello, Roman Viking. Can you hear me alright? Let me know if it's too loud, if I'm too loud, if the music's too loud. Okay, cool. So I'm gonna continue. I don't know what I'm gonna do when an H scene comes up. Thank you. Alright. For a while, I sit and watch television in an attempt to wake myself a little more, but it's futile. I don't have anything better to do, so I follow Lily's lead. As I round the corner, I see Hanako and Lily, backs turned, quietly cutting food on the granite card counter. I am temporarily engrossed as I watch Lily guiding the knife down carefully with a finger on the cabbage she's cutting, each slice delivered slowly but with precision. She seems a little slow, but considering that she can't see what she's doing, it's a small wonder she can cook at all, let alone for both her and Hanako. Hi, Hanako, Lily. Want any help? Is that his... Ah! Oh, morning, Hisao. Lily jerks back in surprise before turning around, her yelp immediately drawing Hanako and me to her side. What? Ah. Oh no, baby! Come on, Hisao, what'd you do? The small trickle of scarlet falls downward from her pale fingertip, the knife having cut just deep enough to draw blood. With the television's... Poor Lily! With the television sound masking my footsteps, she must have not noticed me coming. To compensate for having to use touch to guide everything she does during cooking, she must need to pay extra attention. Lily! Don't worry, Hanako. It's just a small wound. You should still get a band-aid on it, at least until it stops bleeding. First aid stuff would be in the bathroom, right? I think so. Will you be okay here, Hanako? I frown at how little heed she's paying to herself, and Hanako gives a quick, almost automatic nod. It's fine. I can keep making lunch. Okay, an awkward silence reigns as I set the bottle of antiseptic and a box of band-aids on the side of the sink, Lily's finger held out for me to treat. The lid of the bottle comes off with a minimum of resistance, and the small ball of cotton I soak in the liquid stains a pale green. Okay, hold still. This has probably hurt a bit. She gives a small nod as I take a hold of her hand to steady it. With all the tenderness I can muster, I gently bring the dampened water to the small red line. Ah! What? I barely touched it. Sorry. I give a sigh, both at her reaction to settle my own nerves. Her pain tolerance is startlingly low. I would tell you to man up, but I can't really do that. As she gives a small giggle, I take advantage of her momentary distraction and gently press the cotton against her finger a few times. Thankfully, it's enough to do the job. We both settle somewhat as I bring the band-aid over to the tip of her finger, covering the wound while making sure not to get it stuck to her fingernail. There, finished. You can move now. Taking her hand from mine, she gently clasps it in the other. Thank you. It's no problem. It's the least I can do after causing you to hurt yourself after all. You caused her to hurt herself? Jeez. Hisao the healer. The pain bringer and the healer. She lowers her head slightly at the apology, absent-mindedly rubbing her hand in what seems to be embarrassment. I really don't mind. First he harms you, then he charms you. I love it. Her answer doesn't seem to make much sense, given that what happened is pretty clearly my fault. I can't help grimacing at her, despite the fact that her dainty smile still holds. She must not like being reminded of the limitations her lack of sight imposes on her. It's something I can't possibly fault her for, and my eyes itching so bad. Oh my goodness. Okay. Lily! Yes, Huckstuff, hello! I've fallen prey to the same kind of feelings before, despite my condition not being nearly as that word in my life. Ubiquitous, I can't talk, in my life. Neither of us any the happier. We head back to the very smells of cooking food coming from the kitchen. Yes, Lily, Huckstuff, I'm on Lily's route. Yes. I lay out the plates of food, steam slowly rising from the well-cooked rice and curry dishes, while Hanako lays out the cutlery. I can't talk. I'm sorry. Knife on one side, fork on the other. Western. How perfectly fitting for someone like... Is this the insult playthrough? No, shut up. As we take our seats... Well, not the insult playthrough, because I'm not going to be showing the hentai scenes. I'm going to be quitting out of those, because I can't show that on Twitch. As we take our seats, taking careful heed of the dark red tablecloth hanging below our knees, Lily emerges from the kitchen. In her hands are the 3 glasses and a bottle of wine? As I recall our previous run with that devilish elixir, I had my face in my palm. Alcohol? Seriously? She pauses as she reaches the table, a playful grin perched on her face. Akira, she really is. She really is rubbing off on Lily. Akira specifically gave permission to take a bottle from her collection. Not only does she give alcohol to minors, she even lets them pilfer their own. The perfect model of a responsible adult Akira is not. More to the point, though, is that this is hardly a meal deserving of alcohol. I'm starting to think Lily is the type to easily become hooked on things. Lily is so cute. I love her. Okay. That's not really the problem. I don't really have any qualms with it, but didn't you have a bad experience with it last time? Last time was likely due to drinking too much, so a single glass shouldn't prove a problem. Think of it as a learning experience. I can't recall many learning experiences that made me feel rotten before putting me to sleep, but I'll take your word for it. She dips an uninjured finger inside to feel the liquid level. Tip against the bottom as the liquid rises up. The white of her finger almost seems to glow as the sunlight hits it, the delicate outline blurred and refracted by the glass. Her fingers are definitely longer than mine, the kind I think more suited to a pianist than a teacher. She'd likely have done it well if she'd learned how to play. We quickly dig into our meal, forks and knives clattering against plates. None of us are particularly eager to speak while eating, Lily altogether too reserved for such a thing, Hanako probably too shy to start a conversation, and I too busy savoring the food. Such a pedestrian activity, eating together at a table. It seems so utterly normal, yet it makes me realize how long it's been since I've done something like this. How cute! Just the 3 of us, sitting around a single table eating as if we were a malformed family. Maybe this trip, as far away as everything as we are, was worth it. Aww. It takes quite a long time, but eventually we all finish our surprisingly filling meal. The wine, thankfully, has little effect given we've only had a glass or 2 each. I slump back into the seat, rubbing my stomach contentedly. I'm stuffed. Lily pats her mouth with a napkin, twice, only twice, and with evenly timed intervals in between. It's hard to tell sometimes whether how she acts is a well-trained routine or a well-rehearsed act. I think I must be as well. Did you like it, Hanako? It was nice. Now that we're well fed, shall we be off? Off? Where? You weren't privy to the discussion between Hanako and me earlier. I get the impression she's having a subtle digging at my sleeping in. We'll be going into the town nearby. I guess I should have expected 2 girls to take a holiday as an excuse to go shopping, no matter where on the planet they may be. Hanako really does. I love the outfit. It's really cute. I'm interested to see more around the north, though, so this could only be a good thing. Sounds good. How long is the walk, then? It's supposed to be around 1 mile to 1.5 miles. Nearby, huh? Great. Just great. He's all mad. Just great. as we climb up the path surrounded by trees and undergrowth. I watched Lily and Hanako walking ahead. The slight breeze all but whisked away the sound of Lily's cane gently tapping on the ground. I noticed that Lily sent to move the band-aid now that the bleeding of her finger has stopped. A deep, lung-filling breath of the fresh country air makes me wish all the harder that the air around home had been quite so clean. It can't have been even half a mile, but I'm already working up a sweat. It isn't a pleasantly cool day. The star in my mind. It's just a little cactus guy. I just bought it on Nessie because I thought it was really cute. He's just a little cactus. He's a little guy. Hold on. Yeah, he's just a little, cause like I'm like a desert themed thing, so it's just like a little cactus. I thought it was cute. It isn't a pleasantly cool day, though I shouldn't be too hard on myself for it. Yes, desert, yes. Hey Lily, how well do you know this town anyway? Since I spent quite a few of my vacations here up until I entered Yamaku, I'd say I know it fairly well. Yes, it is a very cute cactus. We used to drive there once a weekend then. How I wish Akira was here to drive us now. He's like, I'm not, no. Well, it does make sense with his condition. Well, Roman Viking, I'm glad I can be of, I don't know, I can't think of the word. Glad I can bring such light into your life. I quickly take a moment to rub my hands a couple times, staving off the oddly cold feeling in them. Did you like it up here? I'd say it was nice during the winter, but as you can work out, summers get a little too hot for comfort. It's nice and quiet at least. Akira is with you. My family's real house is quite far south. When they left Japan, my parents gave it to Akira and me. Only Akira lives there now after my moving into Yamaku. Aww. Well, quiet certainly describes the place. Though lonely is how I'd put it. Yeah. Other than the prophesied small town, prophesied, I can't talk. There isn't another soul for miles around. Coming from a home nestled deep within the big city, it's certainly different. Thank you, Huck Stuff. I appreciate it. Okay. I think that if I had not come to Yamaku, staying out in the country like this would be too much of a change to get used to. After getting accustomed to the school's isolation, though, the idea of living in a place such as this has become almost inviting. To be somewhere away from the hustle and bustle of the metropolitan centers. So, Hasao, have you been to Hokkaido before? Nah, I used to live down south and we never had any field trips or holidays up this far. Well, it's a new experience for you then. Yeah, it is. I'm surprised at how nice it feels here. How about you, Hanako? She shakes her head from side to side. Look at how cute she is! It's my first time too. As I continue walking, I began to feel pins and needles in my legs. It's a little disturbing given there's no reasons for it to be happening. Could you two hold on a moment? I just need to. Is anything wrong? Nah, I've just got the pins and needles in. Oh god, he's gonna die, isn't he? Don't die! Oh, no. My vocal cords suddenly become taut as my chest tightens instantaneously. I quickly pull my upper arm over it to quell the shot of pain spreading throughout my entire body. Hasao! Strong in the real way, yes. Lily's face is only mildly concerned. She's like, okay, not this again, no. Whoa, thank you, Rose. I appreciate it. Not knowing the sight which Hanako's recoiling from. I'm fine. Just tired. I removed my arm from my chest and forced myself to begin walking again. It's just a minor heart flutter, so it'll pass like the others. Oh god, don't die, bro. It only takes a couple of steps before my body violently revolts against me. My legs suddenly began to give way underneath me, and all my attention and my knees seemingly to evaporate. Before I could react, they uselessly give way under my weight. Oh snap! Hello, Beep Boop. How are you? I'm playing Katawa Shoujo, and my character's about to die. I don't know. leaving me only just enough time to brace myself and fall into her arms. God, Lily's just like, not this again. Damn. As I look up to her, I realize her face is still taut with pain, only adding that much more to her worrying. Hisao! Hanako, tell me what's going on! Lily and Shizune are cute. Hanako, tell me! I look at her, she's like, forward. I'm doing good, beep boop. Hanako quickly moves to my side as Lily almost panics, having little clue as to exactly how bad a condition I'm in. While she stands there petrified, I lower my face and take a deep breath. Oh no, child! I come to a realization that makes me endlessly irritated with my stupid self. With all the excitement of my new surroundings, I entirely neglected to take my medications last night or even this morning. Oh god. No! No! Taking another breath, the acute pain in my chest begins to die down as suddenly I had arrived. Thank God, thank God, thank God, thank God, thank God. I'm alive, don't worry. I just almost died. As it does, I become acutely aware of the sweat by now pouring off my face and the two scared girls around me. Hisao! I'm fine, Lily. I'm fine. I screw up my brow in an effort to lever myself up. Hanako's arms quickly moving to catch me if I fall as I stumble a bit before regaining my balance. Oh. I look to Lily and Hanako, worry written on both their faces. I feel awful. Utterly awful. I think we should go back. Realizing the futility of protesting, I look away in frustration. Fine. Oh, we almost just died. I know, Hisao, come on, what are you doing? What are you doing? I open my eyes groggily, completely bereft of energy. Well, for a while, I simply lie down lifelessly, staring at the ceiling as I review the events of the morning and attempt to organize my thoughts. We went to a walk in town. My heart nearly gave way. We came back. I took my pills. I slept. This is so sad. I can only remember each period of time as a snapshot, but the timeline is clear enough. The memory of the girls' faces as I struggle to stand as an unpleasant one, stinging my feelings harshly. If I look at the ceiling hard enough, I can imagine the tile edges and small dimples of the ceiling in the hospital. The fact alone is enough to make me sit up and try to pull myself together. I scratched the back of my disheveled hair, glancing around the room. What does MW stand? I don't know what that means. MW. I don't know. What does that stand for? Oh, I see. Modern warfare. Okay, that makes more sense. Lily and Hanako are nowhere to be seen and the television's turned off. The clock above it says it's pretty late in the afternoon. The noticeably reddened sky outside the windows confirms it farther. I turn and pick myself off the futon, swaying slightly as I put my arms up for balance. I suppose I'd better go look for the girls to see if they're alright. As I look out the window, I faintly see something in the distance. Oh my god, this is so sad. Straining my eyes, I can just make out the shape of a person's figure. Her long blonde hair, swaying in the faint breeze, makes her almost seem to melt into the bright yellow of the wheat field. Without a second thought, I leave the room to follow the lone apparition. Oh. The brightness of the setting sun is salts. My freshly woken eye. No, Akira doesn't have long blonde hair, forcing me to avert them until they adjust. In the wheat field, the long yellow strands of wheat brush against my legs as I wade through them, the densely grown field making it hard to advance. Is this in heaven? He died, didn't he? He's dead. Regardless, my eyes stay fixed ahead, trying to that solitary figure. Oh, the song's so good. What is it? Yes! Within minutes, I reach her, meters behind her, turn back. Lily? Aw, she simply nods. Where's Hanako? She's in bed. She went to sleep after I calmed her down. Oh my god. She says it matter-of-factly and with as few words as possible, as if saying any more was strictly forbidding. It could be Colorado, because the east part of Colorado is all plains. Oh my god! so confused. Like, this is not part of the game. Okay, this is. There's something. So there's something. It's called. If you have, I don't know how to describe it. How do I describe it? Hold on. It should be. They're called. You have like little points. How would you guys explain redeeming the sound alerts? But yeah, this music's really good. Not the Titanic flute, but this song. Yeah, you should have a little, in the lower, I think, I'm on lower left corner. Okay, you should be able to hit something and it'll say, yeah, tap the circle and it should be able to, choose whichever sound you want to play. There's something different about her. Her normally confident figure seems oddly... Yes, you did it! Good job! Her normally confident figure seems oddly fragile, her body offering no resistance to the breeze blowing her skirt. You should not! You don't! The strands of wheat sway from side to side while a deafening pause passes, the only sound being their rustling. As we stand in the field alone, I know what I have to ask. What's wrong, Lily? You're not acting like you usually do. Remember when I talked to my family, Hisao? Your family. I looked downwards and thought, sifting through my skin. It fits her, doesn't it? Exactly! It fits her so well! This song is so long, too. It just goes on. The event seems to leap ready to hand when I search for it, rising to the surface as soon as it was recalled. Yeah, I made a lot of points and people can't spam it. After Hanako's birthday party, she gives a single, simple nod. It was nice back then. You and I celebrating with Hanako, simply sharing presents, talking, having fun together. It was almost as if we were family. One small, misshapen family. I thought that it could just go on forever, just the three of us happily together. Oh, she takes a long breath, a slight shakiness, so it just barely audible through the moving air. I'm gonna save, hold on. The song's called, oh, it's called Innocence. Save. Yes, I do. Continue. Even if my family was so far away, as long as we were together, that was all I needed. I don't want to lose you, Hisao. I didn't even realize how afraid I was of losing someone else until today. In a few minutes! No! No! I'm sorry, Lily. I know my body's weak, but even then I make the most stupid mistakes. Don't apologize. Please don't apologize. Lily? She turns to face me, her her pale cheek stained with tears. One misguided step after another, she stumbles. Lily's, Scottish and Japanese. One misguided step after another, she stumbles toward me, her arms held out and searching me as much as a faint brush against me. Yes. This is beautiful. My excuse me, choking on my spit. My heart doesn't race nor pound as I step towards Lily, gently taking and steadying her in my arms. She quickly clutches to me, sobbing. With her face trembling against my shoulder, the next words from her mouth are the last I expected. I love you, Hisao. I love you. 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 I thought they were gonna kiss too, but this is so pure. Don't go away, I beg of you. Never ever go away. I love you, so please. So that's why she's been acting like this. The tender voice when I called her, her thoughtless concern at the slightest pain I might feel. After having been left in Japan without her family and with only Akira, Hanako, and me around, she was afraid of losing yet another person who was close to her. She was genuinely worried for me. It's a strange feeling, a mix of surprise and sorrow, yet also of the deepest gratitude I think I've ever felt. The only reaction I can muster among my conflicting emotions is a calm sigh. Okay, is it like literally in a few minutes? Because like I might have to stop the stream, go through the scene, and start the stream up again. So, Yeah, I don't have like a screen to switch. I mean, I could have a screen to switch to, but well, we'll figure it out. Okay, okay. Okay. You idiot. Hit Sal. For a fleeting moment, I feel her body become still. The only movement to be felt is the calm afternoon breeze. I said it before, didn't I? It's only natural to feel concerned about those around you. I'm still here, and I'll always be here because I want to see you more each day. To share in your happiness, support you in your sadness. Okay, sounds good. But most of all, I'll still be here because I want to see your smile. Your true smile. A single gust of wind rustles the long strands of wheat as second silence passes. Smile when you want to smile. Cry when you want to cry. I love you, Lily, so you don't have to hold back anymore. With that, her arms clutch my back as tightly as she can, her face buried beside mine. Her tears fall down my back and she cries unrestrainedly as the last of her resistance melts away. That's what she's like right now. Hisao! 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 I close my eyes and bring my head to her shoulder. Oh God, holding her shaking frame tightly. It's okay, Lily. I'll never go away. I promise. That was so cute! Oh. We slowly walk back to the house, holding each other tightly as we take a seat inside. Lily leans her head onto my shoulder as I put my arm around her waist. Neither of us has any want to break the silence. With her eyes shut, it's hard to work out whether she's fallen asleep. Not that I mind. The warmth of her body leaning against me, the softness of her hand delicately held in mine. For a long, long time we sit leaning against one another, sharing our warmth and feeling as night eventually begins to settle in. Lily's gentle, soft voice sends the silence. Thank you, Hisao. Thank you? For returning my feelings. Did you think I wouldn't? There was the possibility. I take a deep breath and thought, that much is only my fault. It's funny, actually. I was thinking of telling you about my own feelings sometime soon. I guess in that way you saved me the effort. She raised her head a little and gave a tiny amused giggle. I smile at how earnest it is, so girlish in its lightness. She collects herself soon afterward, her hair resting against my shoulder. Feeling a bit better, she gives a small nod. You are thoughtful, Hisao. That's why I like you. I'm sorry I'm like this. As much as I didn't want to make you concerned for me, I couldn't do anything to prevent it. Don't apologize for it. No, don't apologize for it. Please don't. Lily? Have I ever apologized for my blindness even once? You can't help the way you were born, Hisao. There's no point in apologizing for who you are. She says with surprising conviction. In the end, it was perhaps the mentality which spurred her to befriend me in such a short time, in addition to her motherly instincts. She did seem to become trusting very quickly, but I never questioned why. Now it seems obvious that she did so to help me as I went through one of the lowest points of my life. As I moved to respond, but cut myself off as her fingers run gently through my hair. I feel their soft and delicate touch moving downwards to trace the contours of my face, her palm finally settling on my cheek. You are a beautiful person, Hisao. Please don't ever apologize for that. For a moment, I'm utterly speechless. I slowly bend my head down, placing a tender kiss on her light, voluminous hair. We're a couple of right old fools, aren't we? We are. After a long calm, she speaks again. Hisao, yes? I wouldn't mind if you... I'm scared. What's going on? Can I continue? I feel her hand tensing mine, trembling slightly. My mouth opens, but try as I might. No, yeah, I feel that too, which is why I'm scared. Yes, I can continue. I can't formulate a response to her proposition. Lily. Okay, I was really scared. Okay, I'm scared. I'm sorry. I was like, what? Before I can say another word, she slips her hand from under mine and tenderly holds the side of my face once more. Please. I give a peaceful smile, holding her hand against my cheek and not a single time. Okay. Oh, as I look into her eyes, she leans toward me. Her delicate lips touch mine as she guides herself with her hand. She breaks off not a second later, faintly smiling, like, I'm awkward. I love you, Hisao. We kiss again, this time both of us meeting the other. Okay. Let's see, hold on. I'm gonna have to go because this is gonna get dirty, so hold on. Give me 1 second. You know, I guess I can talk during this. I guess I can talk during this. I just like, they're gonna go for it. No, I'll be back, I swear. Oh, jeez. Okay. Okay. I won't read it. It feels great. Oh, jeez. Oh my. This is. Oh, jeez. Oh no. Oh no. Oh, it's showing shrimp. Oh my god, and the heart is beating. This is how it's going. This is how it's going. Okay. Okay. I have the scenes actually turned off. So I'm wondering if it literally showed shrimp. Okay, so after the shrimp showed, can I come back? I don't want her to be naked. No, it was like literally shrimp. Like literally the food shrimp. That's literally what it was. Okay, I'm gonna go through a little. Hold on, I'm gonna go through a little bit. But I'm not seeing them being naked. Okay, let's see. Oh, jeez. Okay, let's see. Hold on. Okay. Well, I guess. Hold on, let me see if I can. Give me 1 second. Okay, I think I could come back because Hanako's there, so I don't. Okay, I'm gonna. Let's see. Let's go back to the. Hi. Okay. Good morning, Hasao. Oh, jeez, me. I replied to her, completely forgetting that I'm in the middle of swallowing a. Okay, now I should be back up. I could reply to her, completely forgetting that I'm in the middle of swallowing a particularly large pill. Coughing and spluttering, I violently gag on it. Ah, Hasao! After sputtering loudly and tapping my chest a couple of times to force it down, I managed to recover. Yes. I'm fine. Sorry, I forgot I was swallowing. Sorry, I didn't mean to. Okay, I messed up. I gagged. It's my fault. Morning, Hanako. She pauses a moment before bowing in reply. Walking, no, staggering behind Hanako is the familiar figure of Lily, also dressed in her pajamas. With her eyes full of sleep and her hair bedraggled, it's a sight to behold. Did you enjoy our night last night? We got down and dirty. Okay, hi Lily. Good morning, Asao. For a while, silence hangs in the air as neither of us knows what to do. This is so awkward. Given what happened last night, we both had more than enough reason to be finding the situation awkward. Just how are we meant to react to meeting each other after something like that? Hanako is the third wheel now. Poor Hanako. The best course in action might be talk to Lily alone to set things in order. I'll start making breakfast. Lily evidently catches on my train of thought. Don't be mean to Hanako, she's a precious baby. I'll help. Hanako, could you set the table? She nods her head, disappearing into a cupboard as she quickly goes about her assigned task. I rub a little more sleep out of my eyes. I wander over to the fridge and take out some milk, and Lily grabs various brightly colored boxes from some of the lower cupboards to my side. While we make the rather, bland-looking meal, I whisper somewhat more quietly than usual. Knowing Lily's hearing, she won't have any trouble catching what I say. Are you okay, Lily, after last night? She gives a delicate nod, her expression weak. Though her tiredness surely plays a part, she seems generally unsure about what's happened between us and how to move ahead. I can't say I blame her, considering my feelings are the same. I don't want to cry. I'm sorry, Hasao. I wasn't thinking straight yesterday. I never stopped to consider you were Hanako, and everyone as far as she's winding herself up. With her hands and voice both tightening, I give her a gentle bump to try and lighten up the situation. You don't have to apologize. I said I liked you as well, after all. But as her composure begins to falter, it becomes obvious there's no alternative. Turning to Lily, I gently embrace her tall frame. She offers no resistance at all, thankfully pulling back just from the edge of her emotions. Despite a reassuring embrace lasting only a matter of seconds, Hanako's like... I notice Hanako wordlessly watching. The plate in her hand hovers inches above the table, her action halted midway by the sight. She's like, sorry, we kinda... The clatter of utensils against plates is the only sound to be heard as we silently eat. Whereas, she's like, what's going on? Before only two of us may have been unsure of ourselves, the entire situation has changed. After weeks of blissful friendship, whirling away the days with shared meals and chatter with little meaning, the relationship of Lily and me know that of all of us has irreversibly changed. I can't take this. Lily. She solemnly nods, gently laying her spoon on the plate in front of her. Neither of us know exactly how we regard each other, let alone how Hanako would view us. This might seem abrupt, but I confess to Hasao. For a moment, Hanako looks almost confused, precisely the reaction I thought she would have. She eventually nods, her spoon still in her mouth as she does. Did you accept? I did. She gives a smile so large and so earnest I find myself blushing. I think it's the brightest I've ever seen her expression look. Then I'm happy. I'm really, really happy. I did more than accept. He did. I'm sorry for not telling you anything about it before. Things have been... Hanako shakes her head from side to side emphatically, apparently forgetting in her rush that Lily couldn't possibly notice. She begins fiddling with her fingers, looking a little more nervous than she did before. To be honest, I began to think you might like each other a while ago. At first I didn't really know what to think about it, but I decided at the end that if my friends are happy, then I'm happy. Hanako! I was really glad to have another friend when we met Hasao, so you finding love through him is even better, right? A feeling of relief at her acceptance of our relationship falls over me like a wave. The same happens slowly, judging by her expression. She got with her wheels. Hanako wasn't even aware they were doing it on the floor. Maybe they were. Maybe they... Speaking of my NaNoWriMo, I am like 10,000 words behind. Yeah. They were on the futon, they were on the floor, and no, they got off it. Thank you, Hanako. I really appreciate you being so understanding. Lily's voice still sounds slightly apologetic, or at least unsure. I know, that's uncomfortable! This doesn't escape Hanako, which appears lost in thought for a few moments before turning to me. This game is free? Yeah, it really is. You should play it. Beep boop, it's really fun. So, do you mind if Lily and I go outside a bit? Yeah, it's called Katawa Shoujo, and you can... Yeah, it's really good. No, feel free. Hanako? Yeah, you just download the game. Yes, Roman Viking? What? I'm waiting. You didn't say it was made on 4chan? That's terrible. That's so like ironic that it was made on 4chan. That's so funny. Hanako gets up from her seat, taking Lily's hand and almost dragging her from the table in her excitement. Yeah, it was. Yet it's like the purest. It's pretty pure. Considering Lily is typically slow and steady space, Hanako's haste makes her footing awkward and she almost loses her balance a couple times. Huck stuff, what problems are you having? It's a pretty amusing sight, leaving me wordless as I watch them disappear out the door. It's only now that I realize the rain stopped, being replaced by a sky seemingly all the more vivid and bright to make up for the morning's drab gray expanse. Huck stuff. If you want, I can help you sometime try to download it. I'm not sure. And you can't do it browser style. You have to actually download the game, but that's the link you download it from. For Hanako, this must be a pretty big revelation. Lily and I are really the only people she associates with. Almost if we were parents in her own steed. I suppose that might. Well, is there a Mac download? iOS. I suppose that might as well be the best way to describe the relationship we share. A father, mother, and daughter all playing around our little make-believe family as if it could last forever. When you clicked on the download it Windows, but what happened? It might be a strange dynamic and one that certainly can't last for long, but maybe just this one small moment, it's okay. As I stand from the table and go to join Lily and Hanako in the field outside, I nod to myself in affirmation. This one small moment of happiness, no matter how brief, it will last with me with all us forever. Hug stuff. We'll have to Discord call sometime, and you'll have to screen share, and we can see what's going on. Cause that's mine. I mean, if Roman Viking remembers that mine is being weird, honestly, I don't remember because my memory is crap. But okay. Okay, I'm scared. To submerge deep in the hot water, I let out a drawn-out sigh escape my lips. The feeling of what? It's coming. What's coming? Do I have to stop? Another one? Okay, should I quit out now? Okay, should I stop now? Not stop, but go to another screen. Oh my god. Okay, I'm going to another screen. Hold on. Alright, let's see. I'm going... Okay, let's see. Okay, let's see. I'm reading it real fast. There's a lot of reading. Okay, let's see. Okay, it's coming. Yeah. Lily's like, let's do it again. Oh, jeez. Oh my gosh. She's like, hi. Lily. Dude, oh! They're gonna take a bath together. This is awkward. Oh my gosh. This is so awkward. She just slides in. Oh, now it's showing some cuttlefish. Like literally showing some cuttlefish. Just swimming in the ocean. This is hilarious. That's so funny. It's so awkward. I'm just like, hello everyone. Okay, I'm back. Yeah, so it's showing a lot of sea creatures, so after a chaotic dash to the station and finding our seats in the otherwise deserted carriage, we promptly crashed. Looking at the time, close to midnight, it's little surprise that few would take this particular train. Hanako was fast asleep on Lily's shoulder and I could only barely muster the energy to stay awake. The excitement we had a while ago probably didn't help. I'd probably be pretty depressed about going back to school if my brain was actually working. As it is, though, the sight of the nighttime scenery scrolling by is surprisingly beautiful. My loud yawn is nearly yeah, they're so cute. Oh my god. Drowned out by the clacking of the train tracks and the old carriages rattling. So tired. And whose fault is that, Hisao? She really does toe the line between insulting and amusing sometimes, though I managed to wring out a weary smile. I look back at the window, my reflection just visible on the clear pane. Truth be told, she's perfectly correct. If it weren't for that little interlude a few hours ago, both of us would have a lot more energy. You'd think he'd get tired, but whatever. On top of that, we both had to take another bath, very nearly making us late for the train's departure. Oh, they had to take another bath. This is so bad. Yeah, it was mine. Still, getting into a bath with a guy is a dangerous thing to do. Evidently. Sorry, I guess I kind of took advantage of the situation back there. Well, I didn't exactly hate it. As she trails off, I look back to her. My eyes narrow as I see her slightly reddened cheeks and small grin, her mind obviously elsewhere. Aw, it stinks. That sucks. Say it. I knew the possibility of it happening was there. I knew it. You're just as dirty-minded as I am. She quickly coughs into her free hand, making her disapproval crystal clear. That's a rather crude way of putting it. Oh, and you would suggest I merely have a healthy adolescent sex drive. So in other words, dirty-minded. Almost... That's... She, look out! She's all, almost seemingly to sense the moment. Hanako mumbles quietly as she furrows her brow in Lily's lap. Lily's look of disapproval melts away as she gently smiles and strokes her hand on Hanako's long, dark hair. All I can do is watch and smile. If someone were to ask me when I fell in love with her, I wouldn't be able to answer. The best I'd be able to come up with, it just happened at some point, but I didn't realize it. If someone were to ask me why I love her, though, then I can answer much more easily. You really love Hanako, don't you? She gives a deep nod, smiling warmly. It's a pity we have to return to school. She seemed to relax so much while we were away. Let's talk about Hanako. I wouldn't worry. Hanako's been gaining confidence thanks to you, at least for as long as I've known you two. She gives a self-deprecating sigh. I think I'm really provided her with company and support. Since she came to know you, she's opened up much more even to me. Oh my gosh! I get the feeling she's understating her influence on Hanako, especially given that before the two came to know each other, Hanako had no friends to speak of. Oh, baby! The friends I'd had in my previous school fulfilled what I had expected of them. For the most part, simply being there for idle chatter, but in Hanako and Lily, there really feels to be more to their relationship. A part of me envies it, but another can't ignore the fact that the school year will eventually end. Yeah. And after graduation, I really have no idea what Hanako will do. This trip has shown me just how much we've all come to depend on one another. Indeed, we're all going to have to make decisions. Maybe that's the reason why. Despite our return to school also heralding a return to the normalcy of everyday life, I can't help feeling a little restless. On the bright side, it won't take long for the summer holidays to arrive after our exams are finished. We could come back here during the summer holidays if you want. For a moment she thinks on the notion, her face becoming somewhat distant. I can only guess she's reflecting on all that's happened here. That would be good, I think. I nodded approvingly, smiling at her. Summer together with Lily. This seems like the perfect way to spend our holiday. Oh, they're so cute. Oh, future. The squad, yes, them three. After the excitement of our trip to Hokkaido, it seems strange to be right back to the usual daily routine so soon. Indeed, it feels like a normal day, the same as any other. I saw an Akai future. Yes. Well, that's what I like to think anyway. To tell the truth, the atmosphere of the entire class, no, the entire school has changed. While an undercurrent of subdued trepidation has previously pervaded the class. That's a lot of big words right there. Now that the exams are in sight, it's boiled over into frantic studying rarely seen otherwise. One day until exams start. It's horrific, really, that instead of studying, we went and wasted our time up north. We were such model students, too. Oh, God. Glancing around the class, even the bubbly, ever energetic Misha seems oddly deflated. She sits at her desk, nervously chewing a pen while Matao lectures from the front of the class. Wait, on closer Yasminka. On closer inspection, I do believe she's eating it. What? She's tearing my eyes away from the sorry spectacle. I turn my attention elsewhere. Hanako is friendly, scribbling in her notebook, her face mere inches away from the page, seemingly trying to record every word that leaves Matao's mouth. Shizune's well, Shizune. Cool as a cucumber, she sits diligently taking notes with her with her attention wholly focused on the front of the class. Truth be told, it's what I should be doing as well, if not for the fact that I feel like I have a pretty good handle on what's being covered already. Well, I wonder how Lily's doing. While she does have a good head on her, she has plenty on her plate, unlike me. Her class representative duties, taking care of Hanako, her other social contacts, her extra English studies. The girl really does take on a lot. Lunchtime bell rings a sigh of relief from the entire class. Mattel being no exception. He's like, oh, thank God. I get the feeling he much prefers a more laid-back atmosphere of his normal classes to the frantic pace of exam preparation we're being subjected to right now. He-chan! Help me! I lower my eyelids to half-mast, making clear my intention of doing quite the opposite. Help me! Help me! Help me! Not going well? Hichan's going to be fun, but I think I might die. Am I going to die, Hichan? Will you let me die from all this work? Maudlin. Given that she's neither the brightest student in the class nor the most diligent, isn't it a great surprise she's finding it hard to cope with the workload? Sorry, Misha, but I've got my own work to do. I thought you and Shizune would be studying together over the long weekend anyway. Studying's too boring to waste a holiday on, Hichan. Shopping together was much more fun, wasn't it, Hichan? Misha's an idiot. It's only now that I realize Shizune's been looking over to us and that Misha's arms have been moving likely all this time. I must be really zoned out to not have noticed. What is it with girls and shopping anyway? Even Lily and Hanako have dragged me out with them a couple times. But you went anyway? It's so rare to see a guy that likes going shopping. Well, my role would probably be best described as pack mule. I can't say I share your enthusiasm about the experience. Back to the exams. You studied after you got back from the days off, didn't you, Shizune? Of course, Hichan. It's always sensible to study in the days before. Misha makes it sound vaguely similar to... Yeah, that's Shizune. Vaguely similar to a dying cow, she realizes her folate and unceremoniously flops onto her desk, betrayed even by her best friend. Judging from Shizune's quite frustrated look at Misha, she probably told her to study as she did. Don't worry, you can still gain some grades if you start studying now. Maybe. Misha does not seem overly amused. It seems the bubbly balloon of everlasting cheerfulness has been cruelly popped. Shizune's signing goes unnoticed by the moping Misha, earning her a quick poke in the shoulder. It takes barely a moment for Misha to get back into form. Oh, what did you do over the weekend, Hichan? Just like a trip up north with Lily and Hanako, it was pretty nice. I see both of them narrowing their eyes at me, their minds truly in the gutter. The fact that their suspicions are founded makes the situation all the more awkward. We just studied and went sightseeing. There's nothing more to it. After such a flagrant lie, I realized that may have not been the best step considering Shizune's connections with her. Connections and the total lack of restraint when it comes to questioning someone she expected telling untruths. Yes. I really have no idea how she's going to take it, but she'll find out eventually anyway. It isn't as if it's really her business who I'm dating in any case. And yes, Lily and I are going out now. When Misha receives the news with an enthusiastic smile, Shizune gives a look of mild surprise somewhat masked by her cool demeanor. Whoever you date is your business. I hope you two go well together. Misha gives a look that says this is the most quarter I could probably receive on the matter. That's all I wanted, really. After she says this, though, Shizune begins to sign something else and stops herself and shakes her head at Misha to prevent her from translating. What'd she say? Maybe I think this is strange enough, but the awkwardly casual wave Shizune gives for walking off with Misha in tow adds to my confusion. Shizune is hardly the kind of person to pull a punch or communicate without forethought. I shrug my shoulders at the duo's odd behavior and look toward Hanako's desk, but see that her chair is empty. She was definitely here before, so I guess she just didn't feel like waiting. I'll go grab some food alone then. Walking down the hallway to the unused room that's become a second home to 3 students in particular, I mournfully looked down at the plastic wrapped salad roll and juice box in my hand. The cafeteria's food really is unappetizing. Maybe I'll consider this my penance for my recent indiscretions. Opening the door, I noticed one less quiet figure than I expected. It's strange. Despite having known Lily for months, I can't help thinking back to the very first time I opened this door and saw her silently sitting in the sunlight. Just as she did then, she slowly opens her eyes and, moving as they are, and calmly addresses me. Good morning, Hisao. It's afternoon, I think. Has Hanako been around? She's scared out of class without me even noticing. Lily cradles her cheek thoughtfully as I take a seat, my bag taking its place against the closest leg of the table and my unsatisfying meal neatly set out in front of me. She did appear for a time. She said she had to study for the upcoming exams and left for the library. We find ourselves not entirely believing her words. Well, at least her intentions are in the right place. She is sweet, but she needn't go this far to let us have our space. I might talk to her about it sometime. Probably for the best. Hanako's like, this is awkward. For a while we quietly eat our meals, Lily elegantly nibbling on her sandwiches and sipping her tea as I eat what tastes like a garden sandwich and dried dough. The atmosphere feels slightly strange, neither of us knowing exactly what to say to each other now that our small talk has dried up. Eventually we both finish our food, sip the tea, with no conversation forthcoming for quite some time. Eventually, though, Lily's soft voice breaks the silence. A lot happened back there, didn't it? Again, silence. Both our minds on the same topic, though I think I have my feelings on that sorted out. I know everything happened in kind of a hurry, but I don't regret anything that happened in Hokkaido. Not one thing. Hisao, slightly tense, I take her hands in mine, half to feel her, half to settle my own nerves. I stand by my words back there, Lily. I love you, and I won't leave you. I only wish for you to think the same. She silently oh, Kira. She silently reflects for a long time, which feels like an eternity. Her reverie comes to an end as she takes one hand from mine, placing it over them as she leans her body forward and stands out from her chair. Oh. After a moment's hesitation, her face slightly pensive, her lips meet mine for a brief moment. Oh, she's so proud of herself. Look at her. My mind feels as if it briefly stopped at that moment, barely registering Lily sitting back in her chair and smiling back at me with ever so slightly reddened cheeks. Hearing that makes me very happy, Hisao. I would be glad to stay with you. Maybe it would be good to slow things down a bit compared to before. We still have school after all and our exams. She gives a mischievous giggle which proves to be contagious. That might be a good idea indeed. Do you think you'll fare well in the exams? No! It's only one day until they arrive, as you say. I probably should have studied more, but I think I've got a good enough head to manage. That said, I had to bat off Misha and Shizune. Lily is satisfied. Is your class as worried about the exams as mine? She lets out an exasperated sigh, all but confirming it. I'm thankful for the atmosphere becoming a bit lighter. I think so. I've already been asked for help by two of my classmates, and there'll be no doubt. Yeah. Temporarily. Think of it as your first training in being a teacher, maybe? That's probably a good way to think of it. Oh, that note, how are you faring in your English studies? I remember it was far from your strongest subject, and the few sentences you memorize speak to my mother aren't likely to help. Damn, right on the mark. You got me. If you don't mind, would you be able to possibly help out in that regard, please? It would be my pleasure to help you, Hisao, but exchange. Oh. She lowers her eyebrows at me, her nature attentively coming back to the fore. No problem at all. You'd probably better be out for some help in your studies, though. She beams a smile at me, one of girlish victory that nearly makes me blush. I get the feeling she's aware of how to use her face to twist my judgment, so I should probably be more on guard. Here and now, though, study group seems like an expedient. I can't frickin' talk. Wait for both of us to show up our more lacking skills. The school bell rings out, reminding us that time isn't going to stand still. Lunchtime's over already. It sure is easy to lose track of time here. Lily! She's a manipulator. The room's so far from the other clubs and activities, not much sound can reach us. That's probably most of the reason why. A place far from all the others, alone with just one person whom she loves. As Lily stands and collects her bag and cane, my thoughts are cast back to the time we spent in Hokkaido. Before I go, Akira and I are having a homecoming party in my room tomorrow. Will you be able to come? And back again. My schedule is free, so I should be able to make enough room on my study time to make it. Good to hear, Hisao. For what it's worth, I'm glad you're back from Scotland. Once exams are over, we should have some more time to ourselves. Holidays start soon after, too. We can start the holidays with Tanabata then, just as we promised at the school festival. She brings her hand to her oh my gosh. And laughs slightly nervously, recalling the event as I slightly thank myself for managing to remember. It seems odd to see her react in such a way, though it's not like I ever saw her embarrassed before. I'd better get going. Farewell, Hisao. Bye. It really smells active chat. Whether it's out of habit or just a stubborn desire for one small fragment of normality, I hold my hand up just in farewell just like I always do. At least I'm consciously aware that I'm doing it now. I think I'm beginning to see a bigger picture than I have ever before, not only with Lily but also my life ahead. The chains of my past are finally breaking. It's hilarious. Oh. I should just make you suffer, Roman Viking, and go to sleep now so you can't see Lily until next week. No, it's here. Another is here now. Let's keep going. Walking up to the now slightly more familiar corridor of the girls' dormitories, I can hear the faint sound of laughter coming from up ahead. It doesn't take long to identify the source as Lily's room, though the deep timbre of the female voice unmistakably belongs not to her but to her sister. Roman Viking! Oh my god! Yeah, I'll try to do next week. Who knows? I wrap my knuckles on the door and with the usual three light taps, my hand barely retreating as the door swings open. There she is! Hey, Hisao. Hey. Hello, Lily. Hanako. Aww. Hanako looks up to... That's a woman? Yes, that's Akira. That's Lily's sister. Her hands buried in her oversized pink nightgown. From her side, Lily turns sideways toward the direction of my voice and smiles. It'd be a flagrant lie to say I dislike the sight of her in those pajamas. I catch Akira. Well, Akira's supposed to be more, androgynous. I catch Akira giving me a sideline look with a knowing grin, to which I apply with a sharp glare. She takes the hint, shrugs, and walks back to the low table in the center of the room. As I go to join her, Lily gives me a nod of greeting and starts pouring me a cup of tea. It's nice to see you again, Hanako. You've been getting around recently. Lily wears a... did I say Hanako? No! No! Lily wears a look of concentration as the light brown liquid, carefully measured by her finger as always, flows from the teapot in the cup. It seems Hanako has taken up helping one of the people in your class with the newspaper class. Naomi, I think. Hanako gives an affirmative nod. No! 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 I hope not. Even after spending about 2 months in the class, I still have trouble remembering the names of the students I rarely talk with. It takes me a few mental contortions to connect the name with the face, but I eventually remember that girl that sits behind Hanako at the back of class. Naomi Inoue. A fairly outward-looking girl except for her bleached blonde hair. Given her upbeat and straightforward personality, Naomi may have seen an opening to poach Hanako for her club when inquired about joining one. Either way, it's nice to see Hanako broadening her horizons. When I first met her, the idea of her joining a club with anyone but Lily would have seemed utterly laughable. That explains how busy you've been. Enjoying it? It's really interesting. As always, Hanako's far from being talkative. Some things never change, as it seems that Hanako's personality is one of them. She'd likely always be one to shy away from being overly social. Warned by the sound of crockery against the table as Lily gently places my drink in front of me, I think we're gonna take a long slip. Hanako and Lily are attending to their own, and Akira is quaffing a mug of strong-smelling black coffee. You're a lucky bastard, Hisao. Huh? I can't help grimacing at her teasing smile, still visible around the edges of the mug pressed to her lips. Seeing my sister in her pajamas. There's a lot of men out there who'd like to be where you are. Yes, she does. I've seen a lot more than that of her, not that I'd admit it. Akira? Hey, I'm just teasing. She leans over to me as much as she can, whispering the side grin written on her face. And Hanako too, you perv. I'm sorry. Black coffee is so gross, you perv. Hey, it was her idea. We both look over to her face, turn to the ground, her hands fidgeting in the lap of her nightgown. If minutes, Hasao. I don't mind. Oh my god. Look at Akira's face. Ah, this could be bad. I know Hanako is altogether too innocent to bother reading in too much into such a thing, but the expression Akira directs at me is positively stormy. Akira, please. It seems Lily can sense Akira's sudden change in aura just as well as I seeing it for herself. Akira slowly look at her, she's like, Akira slowly looks away from me like an attack dog leashed by its owner in the nick of time. I breathe a sigh of relief. I can't think of a more appropriate time to change topics than around now. If you don't mind my asking, Akira, what do you do for a living? I've never seen you out of that suit. Thinking about what to do with yourself after school is over, eh? I'm a lawyer. Oh, wow. For the most part, I work in the legal department of the Japanese branch of my family's company. The most boring possible answer, I suppose. Law is a pretty dry topic to most people. I see. Kinda. Oh, you're not supposed to agree. Lily gives an amused giggle while holding her teacup and saucer, Hanako quickly joining her. The friendly I'm just laughing at your guys' conversation. The friendly atmosphere between everyone is something I'd missed while Lily and Akira were on their trip. While the dealings I had with Hanako didn't help, I think just not having Lily around changed the mood. It's nice to be back. I missed you, Hasao, and you too, Hanako. Same goes for the both of us. I'm guessing your classmates were happy to see you back. In a matter of speaking, yes. Akira's amused so she's well aware of Lily's attitude towards such figures of speech. I imagine she'd have to be given how long they've been together. Did you have fun in Scotland? For a moment I wonder why is the music going quiet. For a moment I wonder why she's asking. It had been quite a while since they came back. But then I remember everything that happened. We've simply not had time to look back with the exams and our Hokkaido trip. Lily's face goes distance for a moment, and the fact that Akira's reaction is to look over to her sister doesn't escape me. Kira looks angry. Nonetheless, she quickly collects herself. It was nice. We hadn't met our family in such a long time, so it was a wonderful reunion. Yeah, I guess that's right. Their house being beachside was the best part, though. From her dismissive tone, I get the feeling Kira doesn't like this family as much as Lily does. Oh, Kira. You only like that because you finally had time to play around. Just because I'm the better swimmer. I don't take after the athletic side of the family, that's all. Well, you can take part in the fact that you got the height genes as leads. It's not the Arabic Roman numerals. And the bust genes. That's not really the kind of thing to say around others. Though Lily pretends to scold Akira, she does so with an unmistakable slightly cheeky grin on her face. Hanako's like, what the heck? I doubt Akira really minds that, judging from her nonchalant expression. While I don't either, Hanako's looking down and blushing furiously beside me. She's like, this is his antics aside. The parents really do lend a bourgeois lifestyle. It seems utterly yeah, so Huck stuff. Akira and Lily are sisters. It seems utterly divorced from the life that Lily and Akira have lived until now. I suppose practicality must have made for the decision for them. To have come from such a wealthy and well-connected lineage only adds to the most noble air Lily seems to have, though it's a small wonder none of it seems to have rubbed off onto Akira. Yeah, Akira's older, yes. They really are as little like as siblings can be. The only similarity seems to be their shared confidence, which can be both endearing and a headache at times. Most of the night continues much the same, with Hanako eventually leaving the Satao sisters and me to ourselves as she heads back to her dorm for a rest. For a while, only the barely audible sound from Lily's teacup and saucer can occasionally be heard as she slowly drinks. The silence is strained as Lily and I wait for the elephant in the room to be addressed. So. Lily dutifully puts her cup down, giving her sister her undivided attention. With Lily and me on one side of the low table and Akira at the other, this almost feels like a judge passing down a verdict. Literally. I hear that you two are going out now. I glance sideways at Lily to confirm her as a source of Akira's knowledge. She gives a gentle nod to Akira, which I mirror in affirmation. Deciding that this is the proper time and place to do so, and Kira being the closest figure to a parent Lily's had for much of her life, I bowed deeply with my hands on the floor before me and my head barely near the same. I'll take good care of your sister, Akira. I promise you. See? He's a lovely young gentleman. She must have heard my voice coming from a lower position than usual. I slowly bring myself up, my eyes tentatively looking into Akira from under my brow. To tell the truth, I verily doubt my suited judge will raise in objections. She very definitely the type to make her disapprove with others well known. Something that lends her a measure of respect in my eyes. The old-fashioned kind, huh? Well, he's the kind of person I guess you'd go for. I don't have a problem with it. I wish you two the best. Even if I didn't like it, I couldn't really do anything anyway. I offer a nod of appreciation to her as Lily gives a small sigh of relief, likely more out of duty than of any actual belief that Kira might have had any problems with us being together. Woo! That was a big old sentence. Akira's legendary line? I do wonder, though, how's the rest of the family taking it, particularly the part residing at Yamaku? Have you told her? Smiles turn to grimaces. Akira grins downright evilly. The closest know how to twist a nice best after all. Putting up with it may must be the best turn for the situation. Don't you agree, Hasao? Yeah, that sounds about right. At least she's being reasonable about it. Good to hear. That girl can be a handful at the best of times. We sent a few messages back and forth during and just after the trip, and she was already busting my chops with seeing my boyfriend when he came back, after leaving Hedekai for so long. She really does care for the little guy. I cast my mind back to Shizune's odd reaction after telling her about our relationship, but decided not to bring it up. It's no doubt simply born of the mutual antipathy. Wow. And Akira's comments only back that up. Well then, that's settled. Gotta get to work early tomorrow, so I'd better be off. Bye, Akira. She rises from the table with a grunt, her hand on her knee to push herself up. I just noticed Akira's eyes linger on Lily for a couple of seconds before turning away as she begins to take her leave. Okay. As she walks to the door, she stops and looks thoughtfully before turning to us one last time. Oh yeah, I almost forgot to tell you. You use protection every time. I gag violently on the tea in my mouth. Contrary to my own, Lily's composure holds perfectly as she seems entirely unfazed. I'm kind of impressed. We are, don't worry, atta girl, see us. And with that, she turns and strides away, hand held high as she disappears. Yeah. She's in the darkened hallway, closing the door behind her. The most reaction I can muster is flopping forwards on the table, completely drained of energy and truly exhausted by her. Lily's ability to hold her own against the suited devil is something I admire. She really is incredibly blunt. I don't think I'll ever be able to keep up with your sister's energy. As I feel Lily's offhand come... I roll my head to see the side to see her gently smiling. For a long time, we sit beside each other silently. Given her unquestionably unusual height, she is pretty much exactly as tall as I am. Probably a couple centimeters higher, if anything. Like this, she appears even taller. I mean, what else are you gonna do? That's like, yeah. He loves her. The feeling of her... A feeling of her pale, soft hand against mine is a pleasant one, as the sight of the thin silken pajamas she wears, showing her curves and collarbone. You do get on well, though, even if you do say that. I guess. You know, you two are a lot more alike than I first thought when I met you. Then it's a good thing I quickly stopped you from going after her, isn't it? Though she jokes about it, my assessment of my ability to keep up with Akira, either physically or mentally, was quite in earnest. Lily is so patient. Lily is so paced and ladylike, almost motherly nature is perhaps the single thing that helped me the most in my first weeks at Yamaku. Come to think of it. Wait, since when were we using protection? As I give it... Really? Is it a good fanfic? As I give a curious look to my side, Lily's cheeks puff out as she huffs at me. Unlike you, I remembered the packet is in the cupboard next to the sink. So I'm not the only one that takes a pill. In hindsight, I rather thoughtless for not remembering it all and leaving it to Lily. Nice. Looking over to the cupboard as she mentions, I notice again the knee-high piles of books around us that were here the other times I visited. For the most part, they're lined up against the wall to give a little more room around the table. Why don't you get a bookshelf for your books? It's odd to see books just piled around, especially given that your room looks so neat and orderly otherwise. What's the title? They're easier to find this way. I know exactly which pile each book is in. Wouldn't you still know that? Amazing, I'll have to rate it. Wouldn't you still know after putting each set on a different shelf? That may be, but... So she's not immune to bouts of laziness after all. You have so many of them, it's kind of a shame we can't share our book sets despite both of us reading so much. She gives a short giggle. Come to think of it, why don't you order your books through Yuko? I imagine there'd be plenty of sites you can order books in Braille from, especially in English Braille. There are a lot of text-to-speech programs too. She turns her head slightly away from me, which strikes her as somewhat surprising. Oh, I'm just not all that good at computers. I'm all at typewriters and braillers, but that's about it. Her tone almost makes me chuckle. She's a prideful person, so admitting something like that must be difficult. So Lily's a low-tech kind of person. No, shut up! Why is his name that? That's... what? Interesting name. Given her old-fashioned personality, it's not really a stunning surprise. I wouldn't worry about it. A lot of people aren't really that good at them, so it's not that unusual. That's funny. That unusual. Now she's even more depressed. It feels like I'm twisting the knife rather than healing her wounds. Aww. With a bit of squirming, I shuffle my way closer to her, attentively putting one hand around her waist to hug her. I'm still not really used to this kind of physical affection, but Lily seems to like it. Oh god! And Lily smiles as she turns to face me, a kiss being the reward for giving in to her. She draws me and brushing my upper lip with her, pressing against both. This way, every one of my senses is filled with her. Roman Viking! Should I stop? The barely perceptible scent of her hair, her taste as her tongue fleetly touches mine. The tenderness of her lips, the image of her filling me by the total silence and part of her faint breath. We may have kissed before, but even if this is more of a kiss, a simple affection than anything, it's still a new and pleasant sensation. I'm sorry, they're kissing! I don't know! Judging from her vivid blush as she pulls back, it's obvious she feels the same as I do. Even if we're entirely alone, it still feels a little embarrassing to open up to each other this much. If we take everything day by day, I think that'd be for best. Small steps, right? Yeah, small steps. Okay, once it goes to the next day, I might go to sleep because I'm sleepy. And if they do, I'm going to another screen. We have plenty of time to be together, even after the school year is over. As long as we move together, I think everything will work out okay. Neither of us is going anywhere soon, after all. For now, I'm just thankful for the small moment in time we can spend together. Okay, good night, y'all. I'm so tired. Okay. Okay, y'all. Yeah, I'm very tired. I will stream this Sunday. Thank you. But yes, I will stream this Sunday. Yes. And then, hopefully I can return to an actual, like, let me save again. Hopefully I can return to an actual good, you know, streaming schedule. But, on Sunday I'll be streaming a game that Reddy Rose wanted me to play, Witchy Life Stories. So we'll do that on Sunday. And, yeah. Thank you guys for watching. Have a good night, you guys.